Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we're going to be taking a brief look at the patch 6.4 promotional site. Now, sorry if I don't sound as enthused as I probably would be in this video. I've been traveling for the last like 18 to 20 hours. Just got back from London, and I saw they posted this while I was in London, and I'm like, Square, you couldn't just wait like 2 more days to put out some promotional site for 6.4. So here we are. There's not really much on it yet. However, it does give an overview of a bunch of things you can expect in 6.4. And while we've known about a lot of these things for a while, not everyone keeps up with every bit of news. Now, first and foremost, we have this artwork of Golbez. That goes along with the patch name that we already had from the previous letter from the producer live, in that of the Dark Throne. Now, if we take a better look at the image in the background there, we do get a few important details, ones that will probably make more sense to us in the future. Now, first and foremost, I would like to draw your attention to the other half of La Habrea's sigil hanging over the top. Now, I don't think that has anything to do with Golbez itself. I think it's the artwork playing on the 2 different major elements that we're seeing: the end of Pandemonium, Athena's grand work, as well as Golbez's master plot that has been unfurling over the last several patches. But I think that particular element is simply a nod to the Pandemonium raids. However, it is the other half of the sigil, the one that was missing, and I'm almost certain it will have something to do with either Hephaestus or, of course, Athena herself. But nothing more than symbology for the time being. When we look at Golbez, he's got a nice looking sword over there, but it also looks like he has some sort of crystal kind of tucked away in, I guess, almost like on his side. It's hard to tell if it's like attached behind his cape or if it's kind of just like leaning over like the front of his leg and then over to his shoulder, which is what it looks like the most likely thing is. That's probably, I don't recall, it has been a while since I've done the 6.3 MSQ, so I don't recall anything of that sort being present there. But given that it looks to be, again, for me, colors make it really tough to see if it's a crystal of light or a crystal of dark. To me, just with my color blindness, looks like a crystal of light, which, you know, at the very least is symbolic of his goal to, you know, open a large enough void gate so that the 13th can finally just die. Most interestingly to me, though, is the dragon in the background. Now, that dragon is most assuredly not, at least appearance-wise, what Asdaya looks like. We've seen Asdaya, we've seen all of Midgardsormr's children, and so I do wonder if the shadow dragon for Golbez is going to be a manifestation of something else, using Asdaya's ether and then giving it a new physical form, something that would make perfect sense within the void itself and perfect sense with what Golbez managed to do to the 4 fiends beforehand. Or if it is Asdaya themselves, or if it's something completely unrelated. I'm willing to bet that our good friend's sister doesn't necessarily make it out of this tale in one whole piece, or even if she does, she's not all there anymore after everything that has happened. So can't wait to see the whole Shadow Dragon elements unfold, and also love seeing that while Golbez has one of his hands over the one part of the sword, more importantly, it looks like the Shadow Dragon is actually looking to hold on to the sword. So we may see the Shadow Dragon actually pick up a blade and use it on us at some point. But that is just it for the artwork for 6.4. There's probably more little details that we could dive into, but like I said, I'm dead after all the travel, so that's all you're going to get out of me at the moment. Now, looking over the individual contents here, like I said, most of us who keep up to date on everything know most of this, but it is nice to have it all in one place. The new main scenario quest, The Dark Throne, which will of course include the new Golbez trial, as well as the extreme version after the fact. The new raid dungeon, Pandemonium Anabaseos, which I'm sure is not how it's pronounced. The normal mode and the savage mode will be 1 week separated, meaning normal mode will be out whenever this patch releases. We're predicting May 23rd, but that's not final yet. It would mean that May 30th would be when the next Savage tier releases. The new dungeon, the Ether Font, part of the main scenario quest, no surprises there. The new trial, the Voidcast Days, that is also, you know, part of the MSQ. New variant dungeon, Mount Rockon. Now that is going to be in patch 6.45, and of course the Criterion dungeon to go with it, another Mount Rockon in patch 6.45. The key thing we're looking for here is the reward structure. I have seen some translations where they said they would talk about that in the next letter from the producer live. However, we will need to wait and see, because a 6.45 might warrant a later letter from the producer live, but 6.45 should in theory be out before the next FanFest. And they usually do a live letter at FanFest. I'm curious to see what the timing is going to be. And also, we can expect, of course, a Savage version of the new Criterion dungeon. Blue Mage finally getting an update going up to level 80, which means they will unlock the Eden raids on top of a whole bunch of other abilities. You know, all of the EX trials for level 80 and some new stuff for the Masked Carnival. Standard Blue Mage update, but it has been a while, so those who enjoy the Blue Mage raiding scene will get a little bump in activity for that little bit of time. Our new Unreal trial, Zervan's back, and you're not going to be skipping Sword this time. At least not most likely. He's going to be replacing Sophia, and I'm really curious to see how that goes, because Zervan, a lot of people make the Soar meme, but, you know, there's other mechanics there that caused real issues back in the day, especially the elemental seals, as well as the unavoidable Soars later in the fight. So I'm excited to see some people suffer a little bit as they have to pick up the mechanics correctly. More duty support. All of Stormblood's base story dungeons through Alamigo will be included now in duty support, and the rest of 4.x will get wrapped up in patch 6.5. Tataru's Grand Endeavor. Now, it's worth reminding you that for this step of Tataru's Grand Endeavor, not only do you need to have the previous quest done, but you also need to have the Weapon Quest series done from Shadowbringers. That is the trial series of story quests from Shadowbringers if you want to do this next part of the Grand Endeavor. More Hildebrand, more Manderville weapons. Please don't be Tomestones again. Please don't be Tomestones. Hildebrand has been awesome. As a longtime fan of it, I've seen it have its ups and its downs, and the most recent one was a fantastic watch. Very much surprised me in a lot of ways, and very entertaining in the routes they decided to take. Also, Splendorous Tools getting upgrades as well. Island Sanctuary updates. We know we're getting a new section. We know we're getting a few other things, and they're going to go into more detail on the new Island Sanctuary stuff in the next letter from the producer live. We have the Ocean Fishing update, which is just going to be new routes. Please do not do another point achievement. I'm happy with the World-Class Troller achievement. I don't need any more. Allegan Tomestones of Comedy, those are going to be your new capped tomestones. No indication that anything in that regard is going to change. New crafting recipes, mounts, minions, emotes, and more. So we'll have to wait to see what and more does. I think we know a few of the things that the and more includes, but my brain is just too scrambled right now to possibly convey that to you. But anyway, that is going to be a wrap for the initial release of the patch 6.4 promotional site. As new images and bits get added to this, of course, we'll make updated videos as we always do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for more information and guides on 6.4 and beyond. Until next time, take care.